Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds. It's Wednesday. We're getting closer and closer to the second preseason game for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're in Tampa to face off with the Bucs on Saturday. What's the word out of St. Joe?
Well, they're very close to closing the word out of St. Joe because I think the team is planning on moving after tomorrow's practice. It's either today or tomorrow, but they'll pull up stakes at St. Joe and move down to Kansas City for the rest of the season. Well, Eric Bieniemy finally took the microphone and talked to the media yesterday, and that was a big deal. Talked all about his wife and how she is recovering very well still. Of course, it's going to take her some time to get over all the wounds from the most unfortunate incident, but she is recovering. Interestingly enough, Bieniemy did not mention anything about his son, and I guess maybe that's the proper thing to do. His son, of course, is incarcerated because of this shooting. He committed the crime. And he's being held, I think it's $1 million bond or something like that. But whatever, Eric Bieniemy is back with the team with the blessing of his wife, and things will go on pretty well. Now, the top choice of the Kansas City Chiefs, the top draft pick, was, of course, Monsieur Delane, Monsieur Delane, kid from LSU, D-back. He is finally back practicing. He's had a shoulder problem, but he is back, and that's good news for the Chiefs. Now, how much he's going to play against the Bay Bucks, that remains to be seen. Many of the regulars probably will see maybe a quarter, maybe a half of some of the action, but certainly Mahomes will not be one. But indeed, I'll be interested to see if Monsieur Delane does get in there because he's a valuable piece of their defense.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot to prove with the new dudes on the defensive side of the ball. Really weird situation out of the Diamondbacks camp. Player's supposed to be in Fenway Monday, and he is MIA.
Well, he didn't show. He was in Boston, but did not show up for the game, and that's a no-no in Major League Baseball. You're suspended if that happens, and the Arizona Diamondbacks have suspended him. The player is Ketel Marte, he's not just somebody you throw in there. He's a three-time All-Star second baseman. Did not show up. This is not the first time he's done this. Apparently the guy has a different philosophical approach to life, I guess. But now the latest word, and it's only reported, it's not official, that he's going back to Phoenix to have a knee injury diagnosed. Well, why couldn't he do that with the team, and why couldn't he tell the team something? They didn't know. I'm just astounded at this kind of behavior. Anyway, Ketel Marte, I think there probably is more to the story than just that. But be that as it may, not with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they're paying the price because they haven't played well in recent days.
Well, and you mentioned last year, supposedly the reason he went back to Scottsdale is because someone burglarized his home. So I think he was just like, I'm going to go figure out and see what's going on my dime. So maybe that's what it's about. Who knows? Golf tournament kicks off in the Lou today.
Well, actually tomorrow. This is a practice round today. All the 50, and there are 50 players who are competing in the BMW Classic. This is the second of the three FedEx tournaments and a very lucrative tournament. It's it's a $20 million purse. The winner will walk away with $3,600,000. But then you get to the finals coming up in Eastlake in Atlanta, and that is the following weekend. Well, here's the deal. The field will be cut again after the BMW Classic on Sunday, down to the top 30 players, and they're the ones who compete for all of the prize money. And everybody will get paid for being in that one. Anyway, up in St. Louis, they'll go through a practice round, weather permitting. They're having some rain up in St. Louis right now, but fact of the matter remains, those pros are honed and ready, and yeah, Scotty Scheffler is one of them.
Going to be interesting, and like you said yesterday, looking forward to the naps. The Cardinals still in Cincinnati facing off with the Reds. How'd they look yesterday?
It's more Cincinnati. They look very pale as opposed to Reds. They're just not playing well at all. This is a team that started out the season pretty good. They had the lead for a short time, but not only have they cooled off, the injuries have really cost them, and they're weak. It's not a good team. Cardinals win 3-0. Another pitching performance by Kyle Leahy that's outstanding, and for the last maybe month and a half, he has been nails out there on the pitching mound. He and four relievers actually shut out the Reds last night on 3 hits. 3-0 was the final. Mason Wynn went 3 for 4 with a home run. Cardinals win. They will play again tonight at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati and then conclude their 5-game series tomorrow afternoon. But I'll tell you, the Cardinals stand a chance now at winning these final 2 games and heading into Philadelphia with a full head of steam. Big win for the Cards, 3-0.
Royals got a little bit of a streak going now, don't they?
And how they win is extremely interesting. They're playing the Athletics. Of course, the Athletics is what the official name of the team is. It's not the Sacramento A's or the Oakland A's or soon to be the Las Vegas Athletics. It's just the Athletics. That's what they're called. Royals trail. They go into the 9th inning, and the Athletics lead by a score of 3-1 going into the last of the 9th inning. Aha, here's the key. Kansas City loads the bases, and Tyler Tolbert comes up with a base hit, drives in 2 runs, ties the game, sets the stage for Bobby Witt Jr., who gets another hit, drives home the winner. 3 runs in the last of the 9th inning. Kansas City wins 4-3. The Royals are on a roll, and actually it's pretty good because they are not a bad baseball team, but their pitching staff just needs to get well, and it's not going to this season. But the sooner the better, and it could happen. Now, the Springbirds, the Springfield Cardinals, went down and are playing in North Little Rock, Arkansas against the Travelers, and the Springbirds win last night by a score of 4-3. So we get a couple of 4-3 games, the Royals and the Springfield Cardinals.
Love to see it. Go Royals and go Cards. This is the anniversary of one of Ned's favorite stunts in baseball.
Not just mine, Mike. This is one of the hallmarks of all of the stunts that have ever been pulled. This was it, 75 years ago today, Sunday afternoon, a doubleheader in St. Louis, and a guy named Eddie Gaedel took a bat and marched to home plate, and that sets the history books and the crowd on fire. Eddie Gaedel, folks, 3'7", then and still now the shortest player ever to don a Major League Baseball uniform. Have to remember, Mike, that, and I think this rule still exists, but it certainly did back then, that until the name is announced by the public address announcer, it's not official. Of course, it is in the scorebooks, but you've got to announce it to the crowd. Well, they didn't announce that name. Here's this guy, 3'7", down there swinging the bats. Nobody thought anything about it. He's a bat boy. But then all of a sudden he comes up and the announcer says, leading off for the St. Louis Browns, pinch hitting for Frank Sauché, number 1/8. That's what he wore, 1/8 on the back of his uniform. Number 1/8, Eddie Gaedel. Umpire stopped the game, said, what is this? Here come both managers out. The Browns manager, Zach Taylor, had all the official documents. The umpire looked him over and turned to Red Rolfe of the Tigers, said, I'm sorry, but this is all official. This guy can play. Walked him on four pitches, of course. And now Gaedel was a professional actor. And he runs down to first base. He kind of trots down, waving his cap to the crowd, 18,000 people on hand. It's one of the still probably the hallmark of all the stunts that Bill Veeck pulled as a manager, as owner, I should say, in Major League Baseball. It was 75 years ago today.
Crazy story, and there's no way in hell it ever happened today, Ned.
No, can't now. Change the rules now.
Have a good day. See you tomorrow.